Warning! The opinions on this podcast are of the hosts and guests only, and may contain childish humor. Listen at your own discretion. And now, please adjust your headphone volumes to an unreasonable level and prepare to enjoy the most dynamic and electrifying podcast that cyberspace has encountered.
Welcome back to the show, all of my friends. Thank you for listening. This is episode 62 of Sports Bliss
with Rob
and Chris. Subscribe to this podcast if you haven't already and share it with a friend, a relative, a roommate, whoever that would be interested in listening. And be sure to follow us on Instagram. That is where we are the most active, and Facebook also at Sports Bliss with Rob and Chris. Let's just dive into it because I really want to take a sip of this. That's right. If you guessed it, you know us too well. It is beer shout out time. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a classic, the Stella Artois.
Stella Artois.
Yeah, I feel so fancy today.
Are you drinking it via the can?
Yes.
Not classy.
But I have my pinky out.
And if you know me, you already know what I'm drinking. I don't even have to say it, but I will anyway, just to shout them out. Bard's gluten-free beer. Check them out at your local liquor, beer supplier, wherever you go. Just ask them for it. We've got some stuff to discuss. I don't really want to tell you because I kind of want to surprise you. Okay? Hit the music. And yes, I told him to play that music, so he already knew. So I guess you already know what it's going to be about.
What are we going to talk about? I'm assuming the Gators, but I don't know.
The best team ever. Come on. Okay, so I came across this interview that Urban Meyer did. I think it was the other day, but it was just published today.
Okay.
And he was talking about the Gators.
And we were just talking about Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
The other day, we were talking about how we don't necessarily like him as a person, but he's a great coach.
Yes, we were talking about him off air.
Yeah, off air. Yeah.
I love what he did as a coach, but as a person, I think he's a horrible person. He's a horrible human being.
Well, he's great because he's a winning coach, but how he gets there, I don't always agree with.
Yeah.
Would that be fair to say?
Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
So, Urban Meyer stated this week the Gators have a player who will seemingly come out of nowhere this season and turn heads, and he believes Mullen's team will reach the Final Four.
Whoa, wait. That is a bomb.
Bomb drop. So all you guys out there saying that the Gators are number 13 or whatever, how about that? How about them apples?
Well, 13 is their chances of winning a championship. They're actually preseason ranked number 6 now.
They better be. They heard me. They heard
You're going to go
my
get those
voice.
pollsters, huh?
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I love it.
If you know, then you know.
If you know, then you know.
Okay, so this player you asked, who is he talking about?
Yeah.
Trayvon Grimes.
Oh, yeah.
He's going into his senior year. He's a wide receiver, 6'3", 202 pounds. And it's really funny because he actually played for Urban Meyer back in 2017.
Yeah, his
he
freshman
knows.
year, he was on Ohio State, right?
Yeah, so he knows this player.
Yeah.
And I just think it's really funny that he called him out, as like he's basically going to be the it player this season.
He's going to be their playmaker, he thinks, right?
Okay, so let me just go over some of Trayvon's background, okay?
Okay.
So 2019, he appeared in all 13 games and made 11 starts as a utility player, had 33 receptions on the season for 491 yards and 3 touchdowns. And he's 10.3 at the 100-meter.
So he's quick.
He's very, very, very fast. So then Mullen comments on basically what Urban Meyer was saying. So
Right.
basically they did this interview and then they brought it back to Dan Mullen. So then Mullen goes to add to this interview, this is his most complete team yet
Oh, yeah.
and expects to go undefeated this year.
Oh,
Just throw another bomb. Just throw another bomb in there.
I don't think this is that big of a bomb. I told you this before off the
know.
air.
But
You know,
we always
so-
have a lot of people that like to talk smack on the Gators.
Yeah. Well, you know, with the Gators, you either love them or you hate them,
Oh, yeah.
right? There aren't that many neutral people on them.
No.
Yeah.
No, definitely not.
And when the Gators are good, they're good. And the fans are even better, meaning
yeah,
they're very
that's-
obnoxious.
Yeah, that's when you have your fair weather fans.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So, okay. So this is the reason I think Dan Mullen is right. Their schedule for the SEC is one of the easiest out of the SEC this year. And I think they deservedly...
We deserve it.
Yeah, they deserve it.
The past 2 years have been, we've had one of the hardest schedules.
It's been pretty brutal.
Yeah. So yeah, we're in desperate need of it.
So I have the schedule here. And they don't hit a really hard game until October 10th,
Okay.
which is way into the season.
And
that's
who is that?
LSU. LSU's going to be good, but nobody knows with this new quarterback.
Actually, listen, we don't know if they're going to be good.
Well, you have to assume they're good. They're usually good every year, but I'm saying this is just on paper. This is one of their hardest games. LSU.
I don't know. 2 years ago, we beat
No, I know.
LSU and Kyle Trask was.
They lost a lot of players. We talked about that last episode, I think. And you're playing in Gainesville.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's one hard game. So if you get past that, the next one is Georgia.
Which that's a win.
You play in Jacksonville. That is going to be your hardest game. That's it.
It always, listen, whenever we play Georgia, that is tight. That is like a game that's so nostalgic that it's like, listen, they could be the the worst teams. Both of them, the Gators and
Oh,
Georgia.
yeah. It's
But
a
when
true
they
rivalry
play,
game.
but when they play together, that is like cutthroat.
Oh, it's a true rivalry game.
True.
It brings out the best in them. So we'll just run through the list real quick. You start with Eastern Washington, win. Kentucky, win. South Alabama, win. Tennessee,
Win.
they're on their way up, but not yet. South Carolina, should be a win. LSU,
Win.
I know you're saying win, but that's a tough one. I think you should win at home this year
Okay.
because they lost a lot of players. Ole Miss,
Win.
Georgia,
Win.
that's the hardest one. Vanderbilt,
Win.
Missouri,
Win.
New Mexico State,
Win.
and Florida State.
Win. Oh, and UCF win.
You wish. That would
Sorry,
probably be.
I
if you-
had to
wait,
throw it in
wait.
there.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest for a second, okay? If we put UCF on this schedule,
Win.
no, they would be one of their harder matchups.
I don't think so.
You're not saying they're better than Eastern Washington, Kentucky, South Alabama,
You
Vanderbilt,
I mean, I
New
think,
Mexico State,
I think
Florida State.
I
Come
think
on.
New Mexico State has you guys outbeat. Okay, enough about that.
You know what I
Enough
say to
about
that? That's right.
To yourself?
No,
or...
to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think Dan Mullen is
I
right.
am. With that being said, I am so excited. You don't understand how excited I was reading this article.
It's been a while.
I just I feel like I finally got something.
Well,
I finally got some good news this week. Let's just say it that. Let's just put it
I
that way,
know.
okay?
I know,
It's been
you
a very rough week.
You guys are up and coming again. It's really good. You're back on top. This
Yes.
is what the state of Florida needs. We need a good team, that has a legitimate chance to win. Because
The
let's
only
face
good
it,
team.
let's face it, UCF could win the next 3 seasons undefeated. We still wouldn't have a chance. So
Oh, that's really nice that you actually admit it.
I've always admitted that. We'll never
You
get into
have?
the. We'll
I
never
have
get.
never.
Wait.
I have never.
Wait. Put on the brakes. I've always said we will never be invited to the Power 5 playoff invitational because that's what it is. It's not a real playoff. It's an invitational
Jealous?
owned by the SEC.
Are you jealous?
I am. They won't let us play.
Okay, so that's what I want to say. Everybody that hates on Florida, that's a UCF fan.
I don't hate on Florida.
I just want to hear that just admit it that you're jealous. And then we'll part ways. That's all I want.
I'm not really jealous. I'm not jealous. I'm envious because we don't have a chance.
That is so
We've been
nice.
disenfranchised.
That's actually, I respect
That's
that.
the truth, and I've
Okay,
always said that.
I respect that.
I've always said that. I think that we're treated unfairly.
You are.
As a group of 5 team, we talk about this all the time, and the system is set up to suppress the group of 5 teams because the NCAA board is made up of 8 seats for Division I for football.
Mm-hmm.
5 of those are always from the Power 5. They're either an athletic director or a coach.
It's
Or a
because
president.
you guys don't contribute much to...
No, it's because they don't allow us to be on the board. Because
Exactly,
think about
because...
it.
Okay, so but if you're not on the board, then you guys don't contribute. Then that's it.
No. They don't give us a slot. Why wouldn't you give each conference a slot if you want to be fair? You know why?
Well, because we're getting
No.
all the money from SEC and all of them.
Why do you get the money? Because you're a Power 5. You got to follow the money. So what happens? You're getting all the money. Now, why would you want to give a seat to every conference? Because if you do that now, there are more of us than you. We could vote you guys out.
Oh, yeah. It's
And,
scary.
and essentially what happened with the split of the money, even from the NCAA tournament, basketball, and for college football, basically the Power 5, because they had the votes, they said, listen, you either take less money than all of us. This isn't even talking TV money. This is just for bowls. So, for instance, UCF plays in the Peach Bowl. I don't know the exact numbers, but Auburn got like $3 or $4 million to be in it. UCF got like $700,000.
yeah.
Why? Why should you get $3 or $4 million and we get $700,000 for the same game? But you know what I'm saying? It's not a fair system. And so, but they have the power. And so why would you want people to take your piece of the pie away? That's the struggle right now.
Because I'm hungry.
But that's the struggle. And that's what came out about this image likeness deal again.
Right.
So the athletic director for North Carolina came out and said, this is not right. We shouldn't approve this. You're going to make all these players professionals. They shouldn't get paid. This was in the quote. He goes, because if you do that, then sponsors are going to want to contract directly with the players. He's talking basketball, by the way, right? He's not talking football.
Yeah, because they want to get a
If you read between the lines,
they want to get a piece of it.
Yeah, because their basketball is so good, right? He's saying, well, they're going to want to contract directly with the players, and they're not going to want to give, basically, they're not going to want to give a Nike deal to UNC anymore.
Right.
They'll
Well,
give
they
each,
won't need to.
because there's 5 guys that go to the NBA off of that team every other year.
Right.
So they'll give each of those players a different deal. Each shoe deal will. So why do they need to give however millions of dollars to the university anymore? This is what the Power 5 is getting worried about, because their money is going to start getting drained away by this image likeness. That came out this week.
I still don't agree with that.
Yeah, and basically he was saying we should all vote it down and not let the kids get any money.
I mean, but that's where the struggle is real, though.
And that's the reason.
When you're
remember,
in college, you are like at the, I don't want to say the lowest, but like, come on, like when we were in college, we weren't like balling.
Oh, I know.
So I'm saying like that's where the true talent comes from.
I'm pretty conflicted on it, though. I mean, I think I told you this off air. I have no problem with some kid making money and getting endorsements, but then why does he need a scholarship?
Yeah, take everything else away.
Yeah. I mean, it's like me going to school.
You can't have it both ways. You can't say, well, listen, I am this person.
I've become famous because I'm on this team.
Because I'm on this team and I'm making them win national championships. But I still need room and board and my classes to be paid for and all this other stuff.
And I want my endorsements.
You can't have it both ways.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You either... Yeah, I agree with you. So if you're going to do that, you need to take everything the government funded whatever for these players, put it back into the university.
It's all or none.
It's all or none.
Or make them donate their scholarship to a Division II or Division III school to let someone really get an education and play ball, and that they can't afford a budget.
That's never going to happen.
No, I know that would never happen, but that would be a solution.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Okay. Let's switch gears. Not too much, because I know you wanted to talk about basketball.
Yeah, but first, before we go to that, I want to add a good story about football, if we can.
Okay.
It's just a quick one. I just heard about it today, and it's appropriate to the times that are going on. I just want to mention this because we talk about so many negative things about athletes and all, right?
Right.
Well, the University of Missouri, the football players, you know what they did?
No.
They gathered their coaches and a bunch of the players, and they marched from the campus to their county courthouse, okay? And police walked with them, coaches walked with them, I think some of the basketball coaches even, all that. They all went there, and then they kneeled for 8 minutes and 46 seconds to honor Floyd.
Right.
Okay? And after that, you know what they did? They all registered to vote.
That's what I'm talking about.
That is true change.
I feel like, okay.
I was really proud of them.
You know, we weren't going to get into this, but I think it's kind of, you know, we're going to have to talk about this. It's disgusting what happened to George Floyd. We do not stand by that at all. We are very anti-racism, anti-police brutality, anything that has to do with somebody hating another individual. With that being said, I understand why Minneapolis had the riots. I understand it. I don't necessarily condone it because I don't think violence ever solves anything. But I do understand it because if that were my family member, the entire city would be in flames. However, when the smoke settles, right? Because I feel like there's people that have good intentions and they want to protest. They want to get their voice heard. I love that. But then you have these other people that don't even belong to these communities, just have an agenda to start chaos.
Oh, those are the troublemakers.
Those are the troublemakers, and they're taking advantage, and they're actually ruining it for the people that actually live there. You know, they're trying to have there's plenty of, cities that are trying to have peaceful protests, and they don't want it to get violent,
Right.
but there's other people that have that agenda.
Well, and they don't have anything to do with the protests. They're just there
because
steal
they
things,
want to
basically.
steal.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
My thing is, in order to make a change, you have to be registered to vote. And if you don't, and if there's certain businesses that support things that you don't support that business.
Yeah. Don't spend your money there.
Don't spend your money there. Voting.
And coordinate people to do the same, that have your same objectives.
And we have made donations to certain, foundations that are going on. There's plenty around. Get educated. That's the best way to get your voice heard.
Yeah, and you cannot just vote for the president or your congressman or this. You need to pay attention and vote for your mayor, vote for your county commissioners, vote for your sheriffs.
Yes.
Those are the people that can make local changes for you.
Right.
It's not the president. That's probably the least important vote,
but
to be honest.
I think it definitely...
And it takes time to figure this out.
But the president definitely needs...
yeah. But I'm saying...
He's got to go.
I'm saying people always think to vote for the president, but they don't think to vote for their mayor,
right.
for their county commissioners, for their police chiefs.
Right.
And those are the people you need to figure out that can really make change to the system. Otherwise, this is never going to change. And the way I look at it is... all this that is going on right now is the first battle.
Right.
But if you want to win the war, you need to do exactly what you said. You need to register to vote. You need to vote these people out, hold them accountable, the people that you do vote in, hold them accountable that they're going to do what they say.
Right.
And if they don't, you organize and tell them, we're not going to reelect you.
Or we're not going to support these businesses that have your back.
Exactly. And that's how you will force change for the long term.
Okay, let's lighten the mood a little bit.
It's getting a little heavy right now.
Yeah.
Let's talk some NBA.
Okay.
It is coming back, baby. Have you heard this?
No.
Officially, they voted.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, the 31st of July.
Are they going to make up March Madness? Fingers crossed.
No college, just NBA. I wish. So they're saying they're going to start at Disney the 31st of July.
Oh, so they are coming here.
Yeah, they're coming here. Yeah.
Interesting.
31st of July.
No fans.
No fans. What they've planned to do is they'll start July 31st. They're going to have an 8-game regular season to finish the season. And I think the thought process behind that is kind of twofold. One is they want to get the players really playing. Because one of the big concerns the players are having is they're like, if we just start with the playoffs, we're going to be going so hard that we're all going to get injured.
Right.
They want some warm-up games, right? So they're going to have 8 games before the playoffs. And they're actually bringing back 22 teams, not all of them. So they're going to bring 9 teams from the East and 13 teams from the West. And the reason they did this is they brought the teams back that are within 6 games of the 8th seed.
Okay, I was going to ask you, why aren't all the teams participating?
Because if they're only doing 8 games, there's the
there's
Knicks,
no reason.
there's no way they're going to play in.
Okay.
They're too far out. They said if you're 6 games behind, you can come and play. All right.
Okay.
So basically, it's really pretty much the 7th and 8th seed in the West is open, and then the 7th and 8th seed in the East are open. Pretty much all the other teams are going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
Now, this is where it gets tricky. You don't actually have to move into the 8th seed to get in playoff contention. When the 8 games end, you just need to be within 4 games of the 8th seed.
Okay.
Okay? So that's important because right now the Mavs are the 7th seed, and they are 7 games over all the rest teams. So basically, they're basically in the playoffs because nobody can catch them. They would have to lose all their games.
Right.
Pretty much, But they're ahead of the Grizzlies, Portland, New Orleans, Sacramento, San Antonio, and Phoenix. So those teams can try to catch and make the 8th spot. But if you're within 4 games of the 8th seed, then there's going to be a play-in series. So say in the East, Washington's the only other team in the East. It goes Brooklyn, Orlando, and then Washington is outside right now.
Okay.
They're 5.5 games behind Orlando. But if they're only 4 games behind, then Orlando and Washington have to play 2 games head-to-head. And
to get in.
And Washington would have to win both. If they win both, then they get in and Orlando's out.
Oh, wow. No pressure, Magic.
Yeah, but that would be 10 games. That would be 10 games, They would play.
No pressure, because our team.
Oh, my God. We would lose, wouldn't we?
You never know what we're going to get. You never know what we're going to get.
No, you don't. But we may go ahead. We're only half a game behind Brooklyn. So we could be in the 7th seed. And they could be in the 8th seed and be out. We don't know. And we don't know if Jonathan Isaac is going to be back.
Yeah, I don't even know the status on our players.
We have to look into this. I don't even know.
Okay.
But so that's the interesting thing. So they're going to kind of have a play-in to get into the NBA playoffs. But it's a little weird. Right?
Okay.
But I think you're following me, right? Now, the playoffs would start by August. Now, this is the interesting thing. So that would put the NBA Finals into the middle of October.
Right.
Okay? So here is the schedule from October 10th, the presumed games. You're going to have Clemson, Florida State, which who knows how good they'll be. You have Florida and LSU that day. You have Georgia and Auburn.
This is all on the same weekend.
Yeah, this is all that day.
Okay, so we're
Texas and Oklahoma.
We're going to have to flip a coin to see what we're going to watch.
Yeah, so that's my point. So you're going to have to decide, are you going to watch the NBA Finals?
No.
Or you know how rabid college football fans are. We talk about it all the time.
Sorry. We'll DVR it.
We'll set up our 10 TVs. But, it's like a lot of people are like, did the NBA mess up by waiting so long to start?
Yes. Big.
You
That's a rookie mistake right there.
Yeah.
Their ratings are going to, I don't know. I don't want to say that their ratings are going to be bad, but I can definitely guarantee you that they're not going to be what they're thinking.
And
or
I didn't even look up
them to be.
I didn't even look up the NFL games that weekend.
Dude.
But as a family, we love sports. But we only have so much time to watch because
but you're not
kids.
You're not going to have NFL on Saturday.
Yeah, but what if the game falls on Sunday?
What, for the NBA?
Yeah. Or Monday Night Football.
Oh, man. Sorry.
I think it actually falls on Monday Night Football.
DVR it. It depends on who's playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's usually, in October, that's usually when the games start getting
And then people said,
good.
What if baseball's going? And that's around World Series.
Overload.
It's going to be crazy. Oh, well.
Well, we can, throw out the last one. We don't really watch baseball.
I know. We don't. We don't
Let's
have to
be
worry
honest.
about it. And maybe MLS. I'm just kidding.
Sorry, they're definitely going to have to take the trunk because the back seat's already full.
Totally full. It's going to be crazy. But college football is going to take everything.
College football is the driver's seat right now.
100%.
It's trivia time! Sports edition.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready for this question? I'm trying to stump you. I'm
Okay.
trying to find like some really hard
You probably can.
questions.
Not
to
that
stump you.
hard.
Before 1894, basketball games were played with what sort of ball?
I know they didn't dribble.
Any guesses?
Soccer ball?
I hate you.
I am the best.
You totally cheated.
I did
you
not
looked on
cheat.
my paper.
How did I look at your paper? You're across the room.
Hey, listen, aren't those glasses magnified? You could see my answers.
No.
Okay, let's wrap it up with a would you
They
rather.
actually played with peach baskets, and I think they originally, when they started, they played with their feet. They didn't dribble. They played with their feet. It was almost like soccer.
And they would kick it up
Kick it up into the
basket.
basket. It really made it hard to dunk.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I know,
don't
it's
even
weird,
know
right?
what to say. Okay, let's wrap it up with a would you rather.
Okay.
Would you rather have a permanent splinter under your toenail or have a permanent bad haircut?
Oh.
I'm going to let that sink in for a minute. I'm going to have to go with the haircut. I could put a wig on. I don't care.
I was thinking haircut. I could wear a hat.
I can't. There's no way.
I could wear a
A
hat.
splinter
No, that hurts,
under your
right?
toenail?
That would hurt, right?
I
I've never
mean-
had one under my toenail, but
Well, just think about it. It's probably very
it
uncomfortable.
would hurt. That's like a form of torture, right? Where they shove the bamboo things under your nails and all, right? It's kind of the same thing.
What kind of torture is that? I've never heard of that.
It's from the Rambo movies.
I have never seen any Rambo movies ever.
What?
Never. Am I
What?
missing out on life?
Yes.
I think I've only seen one Rocky movie.
I don't even know who you are right now.
I'm just not.
You've never seen Rocky
I've
either?
seen one Rocky, and it was like the one that they did in the 2000s, like
No.
where he came back and his son was
we
like
gotta
older.
watch the originals.
I just never got into him.
No, we gotta watch them. You know they won real awards. Like I think he won an Oscar for Rocky for the screenplay. Did you know that?
I mean, that sounds familiar.
It's like a critically
I
acclaimed
just
film.
never like really got into them.
Yo, Adrian.
Because it's like, I mean, I don't know.
No, it's
It
really
sounds kind
good.
of cheesy to me, but
Rambo, First Blood, the very first one is good. I didn't really care about the later ones.
I would rather watch Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
Of course, it's great,
Other
but they're
than
totally
Rambo.
different. Come on, they're totally different.
I'm just saying that's my style of movies.
Yeah.
These stoner, stupid movies. They're hilarious.
Okay, so would you rather? This is spontaneous. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Would you rather?
I love that you're turning this around.
I know. Would you rather be the star of an action hero type of movie that you don't die, you're the hero, right? Or be the star of a mystery horror movie and you don't die in that either?
I mean, mystery horror for sure. I love mystery movies.
Yeah, I think so
I love
too. Like the
horror
horror
movies.
suspense movies. I'd rather
I
be the
love
star
them.
of that, wouldn't you?
When it's like Halloween time, we go through every single movie
Even if they're bad.
because Rob is not into horror like I am. He just saw like 5 years ago. Like
I know.
what?
I know. There's a chunk of time I didn't watch movies though.
Well, you're making up for it now.
I am.
Okay, guys, that wraps up today's episode. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.
Thank you for listening to Sports Bliss with Rob and Chris. Available on Anchor.fm, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and everywhere else fine podcasts are found. Follow us on Instagram and leave voice comments at 407-494-6420. This has been a Sports Bliss with Rob and Chris production.